Hi, my name is John, and welcome to my teacher toolkit. And just like some others, I decided to just do a screencast to make this a little bit easier. And the tool I'm actually using for this, which I'm not actually using in my toolkit, but it's one that I thought I would bring up, is called ScreenFlow. And this, I'm not sure if it works for Windows, but it's definitely working for Apple. And it basically records your on-screen items plus your voice, and it could also record your computer audio as well simultaneously, which is a very nice tool. It is a paid feature, but it's still very advanced and a very nice editing tool. Anyways, moving on to our toolkit here, I decided to go with Weebly simply because a website is just much easier for the individual to manage, working from page to page, and then also to access all these resources in one centralized area. And I made it so that the links that are present throughout this open up into different pages. So you're not going to be bombarded, or it's not going to take you away from the main toolkit, which is right in front of us here. So this is the home page and the presentation. Hopefully this made sense to click this to get to this video. But this is the teacher toolkit for the STEM classroom. Under the technology tools, we have 5 different tools that can be used in the STEM class but can be really used anywhere else as well. The first one is Schoology, and the user can click this link and it'll take it to the Schoology website. But basically, Schoology is an online learning management system that is being adopted by many districts and many schools nowadays. It works just like Blackboard for those of you who are not familiar with it. And it's a great place to basically put assignments together, create assessments, and allow students to turn in work and discuss with one another. It's a very nice medium for all this. The next tool on the list here is the Google Drive, which Google Drive has become even more and more important in the classroom, allowing students and teachers to be able to upload files, share them, and all within the cloud. So there's no more of, carrying around USB ports from class to class, worrying about losing data, because it's all stored in the cloud. And the nice thing about Google Drive with Google Apps for Education and programs like Schoology and Snagit, which is down here, basically allows all these different tools to be integrated within the Google Drive, allowing users to basically save stuff directly to their drive without having to worry about, where do I go to find files, or where do I go to find the screenshot I just took. It synchronizes with Google Drive very nicely, and many applications are now creating these Google Plus accounts where they could log in with their Google accounts, making everything much more easier, a single sign-on for everything. Underneath, this is an application for the 3D printing software, and I use MakerBots. We have 2 of them in our classroom, and I do have some. I could go on and on about those, but Thingiverse basically is a fast way to access millions and millions of different 3D models that have been made by other people around the world. What's great about this is I tell the students, you don't have to go and create everything from scratch. If it's something that's accessible and can be downloaded or replicated, you could go and take care of that without having to start from scratch. It saves you time, it's efficient. You just need to make sure you credit it in your project. But this is a great source, and I'll talk more about where this comes into play. But it allows students to basically grab 3D models. They can customize it sometimes on the website. It all depends on what kind of model they want. Download it, shoot it over to me through the Google Drive. So these 2 are basically integrated. They could upload their file to Google Drive, share it with me, and then I could take it over to the MakerBot and print it out for them. Underneath is Minecraft, which we use Minecraft EDU specifically in the tech classroom, but it's basically going along the lines of gamification, this idea of using games to help students work together collaboratively and kind of think a little bit differently, problem solve in a different manner. The great thing about Minecraft is that everything can be controlled from one centralized area, and it basically allows the teacher to set parameters, constraints, all these limitations, while still allowing the students to have creative freedom with their projects. One idea that I have going with this so far, and this is just brand new for me still, I'm familiar with Minecraft, but in the educational world, it's a little bit different. But the students basically design and develop a floor plan, and Snagit Etch is used for that to take screenshots within the floor plan. But they replicate this floor plan by converting all their numbers from feet to meters or in the metric system, unless there's some applications that already have that feature built in. But then they replicate it on Minecraft to kind of create this 3D house from a floor plan that they built in like Lucid Charts or another application like that. So the last one down here is Snagit, and this is basically a screencasting tool that has become extremely powerful throughout the years. I mean, I don't know how. The last tool down here is called Snagit, and this is a very useful tool for students who just need to quickly take a screenshot and send it out to their Google Drive. So these are all the tools that I've put together for the Teacher Toolkit. And the tutorial I put together was basically based on Schoology and how to get the teacher to create and manage their own Schoology course for their own classroom. So I apologize if you hear that train in the background. But this tutorial will basically show them how to get to the website, and then it'll teach them step by step on how to sign up and create an account and work up until their very first course. The next tool here is the resource page, where basically it gives you a breakdown on how to use some of these tools in your classroom. For instance, in Schoology, there's a very nice Google group that goes along with Schoology. It's basically a support group to help you get stuff set up for Schoology, and there's a lot of great resources within that group. And classroom management is a very specific need with Schoology. That's why a lot of schools go to that. So there's just a little article about how to use Schoology for classroom management. The Google Drive basically shows the power of sharing and note-taking within the classroom. And there's a little quick start tutorial video underneath. Minecraft, there's a little article about teaching with Minecraft EDU, what that looks like, and then how to actually get started with Minecraft EDU in your classroom. Snagit, some ideas on how to use Snagit and how people use it, and then again, another video on how to get started with that. And Thingiverse. Now, I pulled this straight from MakerBot because a lot of people are still learning about these MakerBots, but this is basically an introduction into the whole 3D printing community. And then how 3D printing changes STEM. And this is more directed specifically towards the STEM teachers. So on the last page here, basically it's a sample lesson plan of what this would look like in the classroom. And so we're going to be using all these different technologies. We're going to be looking at the 3D printing with the car chassis. We're going to be looking at transportation technology. We're going to be looking at some of the next generation science standards as well as the IST standards. And basically, this is just an outline of what it would look like and how you would assess the students and what kind of resources you would need. And we would use software like Snagit to take screenshots of the Thingiverse files, or you could just save them if you really wanted to using print screen. The second thing we would use is Thingiverse as our main platform for getting things like the axles, the spokes, the wheels, the fans that some of the kids put on the backs of here. They mount it to a small motor and then they attach a fan to it. So we use Thingiverse, and then we use SketchUp, which I kind of wish I put in my tech tools, but SketchUp is a 3D modeling program that basically creates this whole thing right here. And they would share all of this stuff together, all of their ideas, all of their plans, pictures, costs, all that stuff through the Google Drive. And all the directions would be laid out through Schoology, kind of like a checkpoint. So this is just kind of how all these different resources work together to create this final product. The only thing that's not really involved at all is Minecraft, for obvious reasons, because, well, we could take this and put it on Minecraft, but for now, this is what this would look like. So that basically is my teacher toolkit. And this is definitely something that I would continue working on. So hopefully you enjoyed. I know it's a little lengthy, but hopefully you enjoyed and learned something useful. Thanks.